Hey everybody, so I am headed off onto a vacation here pretty soon. Probably by the time you see this, it will have already started. But what I was thinking, I was sitting here and I was thinking and strategizing. I was talking to my husband earlier about what to do with our reselling business while we're on our vacation. So I usually use different methods or different settings, or I just do different things depending on the situation, depending on how long we're going to be gone. You know, at one point we had we did a cross country road trip and we were gone 5 weeks. And so I just shut everything down. And some platforms, that's the only option you have. But I just figured, I thought, you know what, let me just film it real quick. As I go through, I'll show you. I'm not shutting things down yet because it's still kind of early and sales are still actually coming in. But I can ship up until the morning that we're leaving on Thursday. So I will probably not, shut things down completely until maybe late Wednesday night. Anyway, so I just figured I'd go through, I'm on so many different platforms. I figured I'll just go through my different platforms and I'll show you where to find the vacation settings in those platforms, and then how I'm going to handle. The main one I have to decide what to do is eBay, because there's a couple different options with eBay. So let's go over to my computer and we'll just take a quick look at how to put your shops on vacation if you want to take a break. Alrighty then, so I'm going to start with my Etsy shop. I'm just going to share one of my Etsy stores, and I'm just basically going to show you where to find the settings. I'm here in my shop manager. This is my dashboard, and I would go over to settings, and you go to, little drop down menu has to open, and then you go to the one that says options, and then across the top here's vacation mode. Okay, so it says vacation mode lets you temporarily put your shop on hold. Your listings do not appear in search results. They cannot be purchased. So this is Etsy's only option. Either your stuff is showing or it's not showing. So you do have an option when you're on vacation. Some people don't like to use vacation mode, especially on Etsy. They feel like it takes a long time for their shop to get visible again after after they restart their shop again. Other people have had different experiences. So what some people do is they just go ahead and they change their handling time for, depending on how long their vacation is, whether that's feasible or not. And they'll just change their handling time. They leave their shop open. And then people, when they purchase, they might message the person right away and say, did you notice the handling time? I'm on vacation. I'm going to ship thus and so. So that's one option. Otherwise, I don't get tons of sales from our Etsy shops. So I will just, one less thing to think about. All my Etsy shops will just get, the vacation mode. Once I put it on there, okay, you switch on, your shop is on vacation. You can put a vacation announcement in here. The one I had from our last trip is still in there. And then there's an auto reply. So if anyone messages you, you can have a message go back to them immediately, which might be a good option, especially since, well, I'm going to have everything shut down, but I'm not sure. They've been kind of recording how fast you reply, for your whole star seller thing, and a fast response time is important on Etsy at this point. So maybe throwing a little message in there would kind of help. I wouldn't put it past them to kind of ding you, even though you're on vacation, for not replying quick enough. Anyway, so a lot of your vacation mode choices will depend, like I said, on how long you're going to be gone. Other factors to think about are, will you have cell service? Will you have good internet? Sometimes you go completely off the grid on a vacation. And so you can decide whether to just shut all your stores down and really take the break that you probably need and not think about your reselling. But if you can't afford to do that, there's certain things you can do to kind of get around it. Now, so that's Etsy. That's pretty straightforward. the other sites, let's see, I have Poshmark. So here's my Poshmark closet. I would go over here to this drop down where my little picture is, and hopefully I can see it. I've got my, okay, I might have to pause this video for a moment and move my little screen. It won't go up high enough for me to click on what I need to click. Should have foreseen this. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back again, and hopefully me being over on this side of the screen doesn't mess up my next site. Anyway, okay, so we've dropped down the menu over here, and we're going to go down to account settings. And we are going to go over to here. At least we scroll up. That works. So vacation hold is over here on the left under account settings. And Poshmark is one of those. Ooh, it's going to be slow. It's on or off. That's pretty much your only choice. So I would just go ahead, you know, Poshmark does have kind of a longer shipping. You know, technically you don't have to ship for like 7 days. But people tend to start to get antsy. So I would probably just go ahead and turn Poshmark off, right? So I would put my vacation hold on and then save it. And so it says during that time, your listings are not available for purchase. Likers won't be notified about any price drops. They can still see, like, and comment and share your items, but they are just not available to purchase. Okay, if that clears that up. The next site, another site I sell on is Depop. Now Depop has a vacation. They didn't for a long time, but my understanding is they have a vacation thing, but I didn't stop to look at where it is. So this is something that I might have to do on my phone. Yeah, I don't see a place to do it. And Depop was one of those where it's really meant to be worked on your phone, not on desktop. So I'm going to say that will probably have to be done on my phone, and I will do that, and I will record it and I'll slip it into the video here. Okay, so here I am in my Depop app. You can see like my storefront right here, but if you go along to the middle bottom, that looks like a little emblem of a store. You click on that. It's like your manage page, and you scroll down, and here's vacation mode. So exciting that Depop added this because they didn't used to have it. It was quite annoying. Okay, so it says when it's on, buyers can see, like, save, and share, but they can't buy. So that's kind of like Poshmark. And then this is good to know. Vacation mode automatically turns off after 7 days. So I'll have to keep an eye on it, whether I need to do it again. I possibly will not have to do it again. Depop, I don't get a ton of sales on there. And I just now realized that the weekend we get back, that Monday is a post office holiday. So I think we get a little bonus day for shipping, which is super exciting. So I might be able to go ahead, get everything turned back on again and have a little extra time to get things done. So, okay, so that is vacation mode on Depop. Okay, and then also I sell on Ruby Lane. Now Ruby Lane has a nice vacation setting thing. I don't think I've ever had a chance to use it yet since I've been on. No, I must have, but I must have just turned the whole thing off because we were gone for a long time last September. So, okay, so this, let's see, we go to shop owner's home, which is basically where you find everything. And right here, vacation on or off. Okay, so my vacation mode is off, which means I am open. So when vacation mode is on, your street address is temporarily replaced with a message that you can fill in down below. Your shop stays open to customers for browsing to place orders or to ask questions. If somebody asks a question, the vacation message is displayed. The monthly fees, I think that's an old thing that needs to get replaced. And then at the end of your vacation, we automatically turn off your vacation message. So if I turn vacation mode on, you give your return date. You can show your return date to your customers. And there's all these nice little options of how you might want to respond to emails. It kind of makes the message for you. Okay, so you just kind of pick all these different sentences and customize your response to them. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so I'm thinking I had obviously turned this on, but maybe just because I get the most sales on Ruby Lane when I'm active and when I'm actively listing things, so maybe just the not listing. I don't remember if I got any purchases or not. So I will keep my eye on that one. If I get any purchases, I'll see whether it's necessary to message the buyers or not. Okay, so those are my other shops for the most part. Yes, so we have 3 Etsy shops, so I'll deal with each one of those. Okay. But eBay is the main one, and so eBay is the one I wanted to figure out what to do with. And you have options, right? So if I go to, where did I say? Okay, right here. So you're on your seller hub. You click on the store thing, and you can scroll down. The last one is called Time Away. So that's their vacation settings. It's called Time Away. Okay, they've updated it. It really kind of takes care of, in the past, you could put your stuff on vacation mode and still have it visible, but you had to change your handling time and all that kind of stuff. So now it's all in one process called Time Away. So you can schedule some time away, and you can also make a response to give to people too. So here we go. We're going to edit the time away. So what you can do is you can pause your sales for up to 30 days at a time. So people can't buy fixed price items, but they can still purchase auction items if you decide to run an auction while you're on vacation. So you put your start date in, you select the date, select the time. It says to give yourself time to ship any last minute orders, set your start date a couple days before you head out. So that's probably a smart idea. I will be in a situation where we're going to visit friends and family. And so if there's a handful of things that sell before I leave, but maybe people didn't pay or anything like that, then I can just take those with me and mail them along the way. It's not a lay on the beach in an isolated area kind of vacation. Anyway, so then you can give the end date. Okay, it says you could even give yourself time to catch up, so you can get home, package everything, and then you have a day or so before your time away ends, and then your regular handling time picks up from there. The other option is to allow sales, so you can schedule a time away for up to 15 days if you're going to allow sales. Okay, so buyers can see that you're on time away, but they can still purchase. So you can do the same thing. You give your start date, your start time, end time, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to go ahead and allow sales. Again, sales will probably slow down because we're not going to be actively adding things unless things are slow. We will be thrifting on this trip for sure. So maybe as we find things, we'll throw them onto eBay, and we'll double check that the things we're adding get added into that time away process. And then if you go back, you can edit, it says, thanks, this is for when somebody sends you a message. So hello, thanks for your message. We're currently away. We'll respond as soon as we are in a location we can do so. Okay, I'll probably just leave that one. I think that's left over from last time. Okay, so the other thing, there's a few things to keep in mind for time away. So what I did is here, we'll cancel that. I guess it didn't pop up again. Okay, anyway, when Time Away first opens, it gives you the option to go into the information from eBay about Time Away. Okay, so it's under customer service selling if you ever want to find it. Time Away, okay, you need to, let's see. It's like it says, you can choose if you want to pause your sales, if you want your sales to continue. And then it says when you're on Time Away, you still need to uphold commitments to your buyers, such as things that sold before your start date, or, you know, any questions or anything on things that happened before your start date. Okay, so here's things to keep in mind about starting the time. Sometimes it takes a few hours for things to update, the delivery date, all those kinds of things. So another good reason to maybe start your Time Away like a day ahead of time. Okay, if you allow item sales, 15 days. If you pause them, you can do 30 days. Okay, so this is what's important. And something I told my husband, don't send any offers anymore this week. Don't send any offers out because, you know, that same situation. Let's just keep things simplified. If, you know, say somebody accepted our offer but then didn't pay it right away, then we got to take these things with us, okay? But it says if you choose to allow sales or not, delivery dates won't be updated for any second chance offers that you do. And that's a second chance offer is when you run an auction and the top bidder, the high bidder doesn't pay. And so you decide to send an offer to the next highest bidder. That's called a second chance offer. So if you do any of those, you're going to have to ship within your handling time. It's not going to be included in Time Away. If you have best offer on your items and you have it set up to automatically accept an offer based on your pricing criteria, then that won't be included in your Time Away. So say I would probably just take my best offer off of all my listings if that's what I had. If you have some counter offers that are pending, you know, those things are all going to get not included in your Time Away. Now, this was interesting. Seller initiated offers accepted during Time Away. So we're so used to going to our active listings and seeing which ones are eligible to send offers and just sending offers fairly regularly. And if you do that when you're on vacation during Time Away, then those items need to ship within your regular handling time. So that is good to know. Okay, and then if you do any kind of local pickup, digital items, and then athletic shoes that are eligible for the authenticity guarantee. So if you have any high-end athletic shoes, then I would deactivate those before you go on your trip. Okay, so, or it says you can change the shipping format or the handling times on these items while on Time Away. So yeah, maybe you have some shoes in there, you want to leave them active, change your handling time to match your vacation. Okay. Let's see. Remember the following points. If you allow item sales, your listings will still be visible. Buyers will see a message at the top of your listings letting them know. You don't need to make any manual changes to your handling time. So that's the change that they made when they came up with this Time Away. Okay, so that's, I think, what we're going to do. We're going to put eBay on Time Away, but we're going to keep our items visible and purchasable. Etsy will be shut down, Posh will be shut down, Depop will be shut down, and Ruby Lane will be shut down, but people can make purchases there. So the other thing that we do sometimes on our vacations is if we shut things down completely, we open things back up just a couple days before we get home. So usually that fits we're going to be getting home on a weekend. So we could open up Thursday, Friday, somewhere in there. It fits our handling time and we still have the weekend to get our shipping done when we get back. Okay, so that's just another option. You can do like half your trip, shut down, enjoy the break, and then open things back up and give it a few days to kind of get going before you're home and really actively in your in your shop, working your shops again. Anyway, so I hope that helps if you ever need to know about putting your shops on vacation mode for this summer. And I will let you know. I'll keep you posted when I get back, probably in one of my what sold videos. We'll talk about how it worked. Like, did anything sell on eBay while we were gone? So, okay, I hope you guys have a great couple weeks, and I will see you when I get back, although I should have a video or two coming out to you if I have time to get them all together before I leave on my trip. So hopefully I will, and I can see your comments all the time. I'll have internet on this trip and everything, so feel free to make any kind of comments on any of the videos that come out in the next couple weeks, and I will see you when I get back.